fitness training where you lose some motivation as well. It might be enough to get him low enough so we can extend the contract. So let's give that a try. And it worked. He's now at 110 overall. Hello and welcome back to the channel. It has been a while, but it's finally time to take a look into lowering your driver's motivation in amateur. So let's get going. My driver has currently only 6 races left on his contract, and his overall is currently at 119. To be able to extend his contract, he needs to be below 110 overall. If we do the maths, we can see that his overall is currently 107.4, so it should technically be possible to do a double contract extension, as that is what I am looking for. So the quest for today's video is dropping the driver's motivation in amateur. Back in season 91 race 16 I hired my current driver, and this is how he looked back then. I started with yoga trainings to increase his concentration. This merged into ninja trainings to get some more aggression, which would mean some more speed and a slightly increase in concentration. After that I started the usual fitness training to increase his stamina and slightly lower his weight. There are also some big periods where I didn't do any driver training, as I could calculate that it would be very hard to squeeze out another double contract extension, so I didn't train him for a lot of races. This season I have mainly focused on pushing and trying to get good results in order to lower his aggression a little bit, to give me some more space with the overall, and would allow for some more bad results at the end of the season. The first race in this video is at Interlagos, and I have qualified with extra soft tires and 10 liters of fuel in Q2, selecting the rain tires when it rains, and for when it's dry I will be pitting for rain tires, and obviously removing the risk as it's pointless as I don't really need it. And let's remove the starting risk as well. Or maybe not, let's see. No, let's keep the starting risk for some entertainment in the first part of the race, and let's hit confirm. You will get a pop-up message saying that you have selected wet tires when the race will be starting in dry conditions, and just confirm. And with this I should be slow enough to finish at the back of the field. Let's take a look at the progression that I can make in the race. Started the race in the 11th position, haven't gained or lost any position just yet on the opening lap. Oh yes, no, we lost the position, back down to 12th, and can we get it back? Yes, lovely. Oh, even into 10th briefly. No, back into 11th, so not gained or lost any positions, looking good. Yes, nobody is pitting in front, so still in 11th position after the first lap. Ideally, if possible, we would like to finish the race within the 90% race distance, which would mean full money rewards, as the car should be good enough in dry conditions at 0 CT to finish the race. We almost lost a position there, but still in the 11th position. Yes, and on the opening lap, the action that you could see at 0 CT was mainly due to the starting risk being involved and making you racy. Of course, it's only amateur, and the risk isn't that high compared to pro and master. And still in the 11th. Oh yes, yes, lovely. We got an overtake into 10th position, and I believe we will be pitting now, coming on to the main straight. And yes, indeed, we're going into the pit stop. Hopefully the pit crew has the rain tires ready, and will be a normal stop. A normal stop is about 24-25 seconds for the staff conditions that I currently have. Oh no, it's a slow stop. Ooh, it's a really slow stop. It's 40 seconds. After that pit stop, not much has happened. I managed to finish the race in 32nd position, the last running car in the race. Sadly, I didn't manage to make the 90% race distance to get full money rewards. Managed to qualify in 11th position. Got my fastest race lap time at lap 2. After that, I pitted for some fresh rain tires. After that, I pitted about every 12 laps for some fresh rain tires, and at the end of the race my brakes failed, which was due to high hardware. Losing 36 motivation is a good start, and if this progression keeps happening, it should be possible to lose enough motivation to do a contract extension before the contract runs out. Still at 116 overall, so getting closer to the 110 overall that I am looking for. I believe that it's now time for a message from our video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by... Oh wait, I don't have any sponsors. Subscribe now. It's time for the last race of the season here at Kyalami, and it's hot, so using rain tires won't work. Also, my car is still poorly damaged, so I might end up smoking as well. So instead of using rain tires, I will be running with hard tires, but I will do some shorter stints to add a few pit stops so I can lose enough time to finish at the back of the field, hopefully within the 90% race distance. At Kyalami I started the race in 15th position and managed to finish the race in 29th position, this time making the 90% race distance and getting the full money reward, but I didn't really finish the race as my car retired on the last lap, but I have managed to do enough laps to get far enough to get the 90% race distance. My driver managed to lose 40 motivation and he only gained 1 aggression, whilst I had planned that he would gain 2 aggression, which means that I might have some overall left to play with. Season finish, time for the season reset. During the season reset, my driver will be gaining 9 concentration because he's still so young, which is included into my calculations. But more helpful, he will also be losing 5 aggression, 7 stamina, 18 motivation, and he will be gaining 4 kilograms because he's in the 70 to 80 kilogram range. That brings my driver down to 111 overall, still slightly too high to extend the contract, so still some more to go. Now that the group has received 7 managers that have promoted from rookie and 5 managers that have been relegated from pro, I would like to know what would happen if I would do a normal strategy in race 1. So I am planning to do extra soft restops at 0 CT, obviously running a dry setup as the race is dry, and just using my normal overtake and defending wrists to try and keep some cars behind me, and let's see what for result that we can manage the first race of the season. Here at Austria I qualified in 8th position due to the rain in Q1. Most of the field did a 2-stop whilst I did a 3-stop, so the strategy didn't work and I finished in 23rd position. Hopefully that is good enough to get into the cup, so to get some more race income, and let's take a look at the race analyze. My driver lost 11 motivation, but he didn't gain any aggression, but his overall is still at 111, but maybe now that he is close enough to the 110, with doing a fitness training where you lose some motivation as well, it might be enough to get him low enough so we can extend the contract. So let's give that a try. And it worked. He's now at 110 overall, so he lost 7 motivation. So yes, lovely. So now we can extend the contract, and then we have 3 more races to lose the motivation again to do the final contract extension. So let's select 17 races and extend the contract. Yes, okay, yes, do it, and now he should be gaining 50 motivation. So now 76 motivation that we need to lose in 3 races time. For race 2 of the season here at Valencia, I have opted to go for the hard one stop with 0 CT. The aim is to get top 20 position and lose a little bit of motivation and don't gain any aggression from the race. So let's see what has happened in the race. I ended up qualifying 22nd for the race here at Valencia, and at the end of the race I finished in 14th position with my hard one stop with a few cars closely behind, and most of the field did a 2-stop, which means that my one stop was a little bit better than I wanted to get. So let's take a look at the race analyze. As you can see, my driver hadn't any driver mistakes in the race, and we finished in a lovely 14th position. He lost only 5 motivation, which is on the low side, but he didn't gain any aggression. That means that I should be able to afford to do another fitness training. My driver has still 2 races left on the contract, which means I have 2 races left to lose 71 motivation, and I think I can do one more fitness session for sure, but it all depends on the gain from the aggression from the bad results, as we still need to lose the motivation to be able to extend the contract one last time. So let's do that fitness training session for race 3. So let's do it and let's see what for result that we get. Yes, and I believe I lost 10 motivation, which is really helpful. So hopefully we can lose some more in the race. Here at Silverstone, round 3 of the championship, I have opted to go with the extra soft restop. Hopefully I can manage finish around P15 to position 20. And hopefully we can lose some motivation. So let's see what for race result that we got. I managed to qualify as 16th position, and at the finish I managed to get another 16th position. So let's see what that did for my driver in the race analyze. But first let's take a quick look at the laps. As you can see, nothing really strange happened, only a single driver mistake at the end of the race, and the tires lasted, and my driver lost 14 motivation. It's a little bit, but he didn't gain any aggression, which is what we like. So now he has only 1 race contract left, and a 17 race contract extension, and after the next race, if we are at 110 overall, we should be able to extend the contract, but first we need to manage to lose some motivation to get the overall low enough. I think I can afford to do one more fitness training, so let's do that, and let's see the result in motivation that we get from the training. So hit the button and confirm the training, and the result is -6 motivation. Yes, -6, so that should be helpful. So now we just need to lose 41 more. Round 4 of the championship here at Magny Cours. It's tricky weather conditions. I've opted to qualify with extra soft to go do as many pit stops as possible, and hopefully it will work out and we can get a bad enough result that my driver loses enough motivation. Qualified in 18th position, and at the finish of the race I managed to finish the race in, let's wait for it, a 19th position. I'm not quite sure that's good enough to lose enough motivation. So let's check out the results. Let's first take a look at the strategy. I think starting on rain tires wouldn't have done anything. The extra soft made me do 1 extra pit stop compared to the 5 pit stop that it took to just switch from dry to wet tires and back. Yes, ended up in the 19th position with -25 motivation. The +1 charisma was planned, and yes, so obviously 0 aggression gained, but only -2 in overall, so at 111. So let's take a closer look at the driver. So currently he is at 111 overall, and this time the fitness training wouldn't lower his motivation and other skills enough to get him at 110 to extend the contract. I think I just need to do 1 extra race. I think there should be just enough margin that it is doable. Time for round 5 here at Bremgarten. I have qualified with extra soft for a 3-stop strategy. I think it should be slow enough, considering the fact that my car should be braking, as I didn't change any parts just yet. I have managed to qualify in 13th position here at Bremgarten, and I believe I finished the race in 27th position with my car being broken, smoking, and hopefully it should be enough to lose enough motivation so we can extend the contract for the one last time. So here we can see finished 27th. So qualified in 13th, we finished in 27th. The car broke, just as expected, from the high wear from the parts, and the driver lost 16 motivation. Lovely, and we only gained 1 aggression, so that brings us with an overall of 110, so we can extend the contract. So yes, now is my driver at 110 overall, so that means that we can extend the contract. So let's do it. Let's extend with 17 races. Currently we have still 16 races left with the 17, which should be 33. And yes, extend the contract, confirm, and the contract is signed. So yes. So now that the driver's contract has been sorted out, we can start with preparing and making sure that we don't relegate from this group. There shouldn't be any issue, considering the results that we got without pushing. And yes, thanks for watching, and see you soon. Goodbye!